the Japanese to take out America's force at Pearl Harbor. The time, 7:55 in the morning. The place, Float Island. The time, 7:55. And you are there. The Mitsubishi A6F0. The Nakajima B5 Gate and the Ayachi D3A dive bomber. Suddenly and without warning, 283 aircraft of the Imperial Japanese First Fleet launched from the Akagi, Kaga, Hiryu, Soryu, Shokaku, and Fleekaku have invaded America's island bases. Pearl Harbor, Hickam, Bellows, Aliiwa, and so many others. High above, the Ayachi dive bomber, a 500-pound bomb between the wheel wells, winds up on the United States battleship, the Arizona. Drops the bomb. It goes through the foredeck, right in front of the number 2 gun emplacement, into the forward magazine. That great ship explodes with such force that she burst solidly for 2 days. She took 1,177 men to a watery grave where they sleep today. The United States Army, under the command of General Walter Scott, and the United States Navy, under the command of Admiral Husband Kimmel, have mustered their men. You can see the nurses running to take care of all of the servicemen as they get shot. So many of the guns were locked up in ammunition bunkers. They had to break the locks off of the bunkers before they could get their guns out to start fighting against it. This was such a surprise for American forces. Even Washington, D.C. thought that the invasion would be at the Philippines, not Pearl Harbor. The Mitsubishi A6F0s, the fastest aircraft in the Pacific theater at that time. The only thing we had planned against them was a P-40 Warhawk. 2 of them managed to get into the air on that December the 7th morning. Lieutenants Ken Taylor and George Welch got on the Holly Eagle. All ahead, they had been in a great old car like this, coming in off the beach, trying to get from Hickam all the way out to Haleiwa. But the P-40 wasn't as fast as the A6F0, and the Zero could turn inside of it. One young airplane commander by the name of Ford, flying one of the B-17s coming in from the United States. 2 young servicemen up upon a point, called their commander and said, "We have a large flight of aircraft." He said, "Don't worry about it. It's just those B-17s." Captain Ford said later, "What a hell of a way to enter a war. I'm out of fuel. I'm unarmed. And I don't have any place to put this big elephant on the ground." Smell the acrid smoke as it comes off the diesel fuel and the oil out of the ships burning in the harbor. You're a young serviceman, 18 years of age. You're on the way from home the first time in your life. And your ship is involved in this maelstrom. Your partner is damaged.
Here comes the nurse.
He's flown over the side of the ship. He's flailing around in the water. You jump into the water to try to save his life. The water is aflame. The smoke coming all around your nostrils. You're on the United States battleship Oklahoma. The Nakajima B-5N8 was specially designed torpedo between the wheel wells. Drops the bombs, first one, then two, then three, into the acrid waters of Pearl Harbor. Listen to our President, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, as he goes before Congress on December the 8th.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that very many American lives have been lost.
There's a bad boy running over there.
With confidence in our own forces, with the unbounding determination of our people, we will gain the inevitable triumph so help us God.
And ladies and gentlemen, we did gain that inevitable triumph, but it was 4 long years later. Admiral Yamamoto said, "We have a great victory." He was told that by one of his constituents. Admiral Yamamoto, having been educated in America, said, "I fear we have done nothing more than to awaken a sleeping giant and filled him with a great resolve." And that's exactly what had happened. Because America came together as she never had before. Young boys were taking their wagons. They were collecting recyclables that could be made into tanks and trucks and jeeps and guns and munitions. Rosie became a riveter. Air bases just like Ellington all over the nation started teaching young men how to fly. We were building Liberty ships one a day. We had submarines flying all over the Atlantic Ocean trying to protect us away from the invading forces of the Germans who were taking all of our ships out of the water. As we listen to the great Kate Smith sing about our nation, I want you to stop and think for a moment. Please do not misconstrue one war again. It'll be too soon. But we must never ever lose sight of the fact that America must always be prepared to fight against those Axis powers who would take our freedoms away from us. Think about the young men and women who wear the uniform of our great nations. It is because of them and only them and the support they get from folks just like you here in Houston that those young men and women allow us to be the greatest free nation in the world. Do you believe that, Houston? Put your hands together. Let them hear you all the way downtown. While you've got your hands together, how about helping us say thank you to the 6th Cavalry
zombie. He came back to life.
Oh my God! Here comes
that have been out here
zombies.
helping us put the show on today.